Hi guys, as we discussed today in class, we're going to be writing equations of lines given different situations. The first of which that we've already talked about is if you're given the slope and the y-intercept. Since we are using the slope-intercept form of a line, if we are told the slope and the y-intercept, it makes it easy for us to write this. If we're told the slope is 1/2 and our y-intercept is 7, we just need to take these values and replace them in our equation. So the equation of the line would be 1/2 x plus 7. And then we're finished. We've written the equation of the line. But new to us today were two different situations. One, if we are given the slope and a point that is on the line. As I talked about in class today, there are an infinite amount of points that lie on the line that we're trying to write the equation for, but all we need is one if we're given the slope in order to write the equation. So if we're given a problem and we are told that our slope equals -2/3 and we're given the point 3/4. So here's the information that has been presented to us. We know in order to write our equation that we need to find a value for the slope and a value for the y-intercept. In this case, our slope is already given to us. So if we replace our m in our equation with -2/3, this is what we have now. So the only thing left that we need to solve for is our y-intercept. The way that we do this is you take the point that you're given. Remember our ordered pairs. This is our x value and this is our y value. Since this point, we're told, is on this line, it's a solution to our equation. So if we replace our y in our equation with 4 and our x with 3, we will be able to solve this equation for our b. So let's do that. So y is 4 and our x value is 3. Let's multiply and we get 4 equals -2 plus b. Then we just need to solve our equation for b. So keep solving to get b alone. So we would add 2 to both sides of our equation. And we end up finding out that b is 6. So now we know what b equals. That was our only missing piece in order to write our equation. So to write our final answer, y equals -2/3 x plus 6. Remember, in your final equation, the only thing that has numerical values are our m and our b. Then the second way we discussed today in class, I'm going to erase this correctly, was when we're not given the slope, but we're given 2 points that lie on our line. So we know the points are on our line. We still need to find our slope and we still need to find our y-intercept in order to write our equations in slope-intercept form. So the 2 points that I'm going to use, let's throw some negatives in here, -3, -5, and the point -1, 3. The first thing we want to find when we're given 2 points is we want to find our slope. And we know how to do that from stuff we learned last week, where we take y minus y divided by x minus x. So 3 minus -5 over -1 minus -3. Now, as I've told you several times, it doesn't matter if this is your first y or if this is your first y. What is critical is that these two values are from the same ordered pair. This y and this x come from the same ordered pair. If you mix those up, you will not get your same slope. So 3 minus -5 gives me 8. -1 minus a -3 gives me a +2, which tells me now that my slope is 4. So since I have my slope, I know this is going to be my m value. And I can go back from what I just learned in the previous example and say I have my slope, and in this situation I've got 2 points that I can choose from. It does not matter which point you decide to use. You all could use different points. As long as they're on our line, we know that it will help us find our b value. So in our equation, we've got y equals 4x plus b. We just found our 4. And then pick either ordered pair you want to use. I'm just going to pick my first one. My y value is -5. My x value from the same ordered pair is -3. Now I can solve this equation just like I did on the previous one, and it will find my b for me. So I'm going to take 4 times -3. Then we'll add the 12 to each side. -5 plus 12 will give us 7 equals b. So now we found what our b value equals. So we just take this back up to our equation, bad arrow, and substitute it in for b, and we get our final equation, y equals 4x plus 7. And that's our equation of our lines. So in this video, we talked about how to find the equation of the line if we're given the slope and the y-intercept, if we're given the slope and 1 point, or if we're given 2 points. And just remember, all of our equations went back to this slope-intercept form. Thanks, and I'll see you guys later.